Shining Nikki is the sequel to the popular fashion game Love Nikki Dress Up Queen. With its in-depth story and breathtaking visuals, I'm here to take a first impression look at this brand new, incredibly cute mobile game. Hello my dwellers of the interwebs, it's your vampiric VTuber host, Sora Synn, and welcome to my channel. And for the first time ever, I'll be having a guest VTuber on my channel, the ever so lovely GlobalCherry. We shall check in on them later to see what they think about Shining Nikki as well. Shining Nikki has an incredibly deep and sometimes shocking and dark plotline. To sum up the beginning of the game, it seems like Nikki has been transported to another world and has gone back in time to stop this current world from being destroyed. And she'll save the world with the power of fashion. I know, it sounds pretty ridiculous, but it is really fun to read the story. My only complaints about the story is there are times when some characters just talk for a very long time. And it's in these moments that I tend to lose focus. I blame my short attention span. I must give the game massive props though for having majority of the text voice acted. I would have preferred all encounters voice acted, but I'll take the main story being voice acted over none at all. And the voice actors are also really good. It doesn't sound like bad English like a lot of games that become available for the global audience. A lot of care has been taken to make sure the voiceovers are of a high quality. I'm really happy with that. Shining Nikki really only has you focus on one character for customization. And that is of course the ever adorable main protagonist, Nikki. The player character is made to be a voice in her mind, so all clothing choices and dressing up is done through Nikki herself. Nikki and the clothes she gets to wear are ridiculously high quality, and it's a treat for the eyes to see all the different clothes items up close. You cannot modify Nikki's face or body type, but you can get contact lenses and change her skin color. Although, when you get new item sets completed, the default skin color appears for the completion animation. It's a small thing, but it can be a little off-putting when you're used to seeing her in a darker skin tone due to your saved customization version. The rest of the characters you meet are not in 3D. Instead, you see them as 2D anime style artwork. The artwork is gorgeous as well, and I love all the different anime character designs you meet while on your journey. Now, I know what you're thinking. Combat? In a fashion game? What? But seriously, there is combat, just not in the way you're used to. In Shining Nikki, you combat other fashionistas with the power of fashion and your designer reflections, which are like designer spirits, I guess, that you can earn from the gacha system or from the main story. So armed with your designer reflections, Nikki takes on these various fashionistas who either challenge her or just want a fashion battle. Once in a fashion battle, you have to tap on the correct icons at the bottom to match the current piece of clothing being ranked, and also activate your designer reflection at the right moment to get a big boost in points. That's basically the gist of what combat is like in Shining Nikki. There is also plenty of group combat matches you can do with your friends or guild members. There's even an arena system. Not real-time combat though, since you can skip to the results of your combat. I'm assuming they're offline bots of saved player statistics. The main focus of the gameplay is the main storyline, but it does tie in the side projects to the main story pretty well. You will need to do investigation missions to find certain items to help progress a main mission. There's the Diamond Arena, where you can challenge other players in a fashion battle, and the Mind Maze, which has its own set of missions for you to complete and rewards to earn. There's also 3 team-based areas that can be done solo or as a team. I'd advise doing these with friends or guild members to get better friend affinity with one another, as well as better rewards from completing them as a group. This is for the intimate friend rewards in the benefit center, so try and find someone to pair up with and focus on those affinity points. The Arc is where you go to rank and level up your designer reflections, as well as awaken them, among other things. Ranking up your designer reflections can get pretty expensive, so I'd definitely try rank up the ones you know are your best cards. Unless you're a whale player, then it doesn't matter. You can also visit Nikki's home, where you can build up your bond with her, interact with her, and watch her do funny things, like drop her phone on her face while in bed. As your bond grows, she will strike up more conversations with you to try and learn more about you. She'll do things like ask your birthday, buy you gifts, and just ask questions to learn more about you. The dressing room is exactly what it sounds like. This is where you can dress up Nikki however you like. Fashion points don't matter. It's all about your personal taste and how you want to dress up Nikki with the clothes you have available to you. There's also a camera mode within the dressing room, which has plenty of poses to use and unlock, as well as backgrounds, stickers, portraits, and other things to unlock as well. You can use these pictures to create your avatar picture as well as your name card. The Gate of Heart is the gacha system section of Shining Nikki. Within this section, there is 3 gacha modes available. The first one is where you can use your pink gems to try and earn the SR and SSR limited event outfits. The second gacha banner is where you can spend your in-game gold to try and get more standard outfits. It's really easy to burn through all your gold here, so be careful. And then finally, the last gacha banner is another premium currency banner, and it's for the 2 UR outfits. I can't see a timer for availability on these, but I doubt they are permanent UR banners. A new event was actually released while I was writing this, and as much as I like the outfits, I'm conflicted because truthfully, a 7-day limited time event seems a little too short if you ask me, especially if you're feeling the flow of pink gems starting to slow down like I am. Do I try to save to maybe realistically pull maybe 2 times 10 rolls within 7 days? Or just keep trying for the UR outfit I want? What a predicament indeed. There are 8 clothing items in total and 1 design reflection, and you are guaranteed 1 set piece or designer reflection for every times 10 summon you do. So if your luck sucks, you're looking at 8 times 10 summons for the outfit pieces and 1 more summon for the designer's reflection. And that's if you don't get doubles. So you better pray to RNGesus that you can get all the pieces within the 7 days, or open the almighty wallet. The Design Center is where you can find the Apple apparel store. This store has 2 purposes. You'll be buying sets of clothing or accessory items from here as ingredients for crafting clothing for the main missions, and it's also a great place for extra clothing to just buy for Nikki. Majority of items cost gold, but a few items cost pink diamonds, but they're fairly cheap. The Designer Intel Hub is where you do all your investigation research. These are important for the main quest as well as getting more upgrade materials, but can only be done 10 times a day. The workshop is the place to go for where you craft your clothing. Crafting can cost a lot of resources, but is needed for mission advancements. The Stylist Academy is where you go to increase your stylist levels in different clothing, hair, and accessories. Each level costs a certain amount of different clothing as well as gold, and to unlock each apprenticeship style, you need to do a test, and passing grade of 60 or above is needed to unlock them. And finally, there's the Colors News Room, where you can unlock different magazines and challenge their magazine styles for various rewards. There's also a guild system in the game. I personally created my own guild, so if you're looking to join and you're playing Shining Nikki and are on server 2, I'll leave my guild's info in the pinned comment below. Whew, that was a lot of stuff. This game is so dense for a fashion game. I honestly thought it was just a dress-up game, but boy was I wrong. Shining Nikki is an absolutely beautiful 3D fashion game. According to the Play Store description, Shining Nikki was developed for 3 years and powered by Paper Games' cutting-edge graphics technology. Shining Nikki presents stunning visuals like nothing you've seen before. thousands of fabric textures are faithfully recreated with models consisting of over 80,000 polygons, top-graded lighting system, and shadow matrix. The game will deliver the most amazing and realistic dress-up experience on your screen. And I believe it. Every piece of clothing is so detailed. There are no muddy, low-resolution textures in this game, especially if you have everything on the maximum settings. It truly is a gorgeous game. And now that I've said my piece on the game, I would like to now introduce you to the amazing GlobalCherry to introduce themselves and tell us what they thought about the game.
Hey, I'm the GlobalCherry and I'm also giving my input on Shining Nikki. The first thing that caught my eye when playing this game was the art. It was visually appealing, pretty, and gave me the impression that the game was a sweet fashion game. Well, the story proved that it was more than just a fashion game. It's very interesting and also takes some dark turns, just like my soul. I'm copying your laugh, Sora. What I also like about the game is the higher chances of scoring something good in gacha pulls. I'll be honest, I suck at gacha, and the chance of me scoring an SSR or UR card is little to none. But I managed to get an SSR dress in the game, so I guess that Shining Nikki increases their chances at better pulls. The player can also accumulate a lot of golden gems very quickly, which can help with buying clothes and other tasks. And if they join a guild, they can reap more rewards with their buddies. Do you have buddies? You can mix them in the game, but you do have to make contributions to the guild like daily donations. That's not much, right? Playing this game for one day gave me 500k coins and 2,520 gems, so I consider that a reasonable fee. You can also take photos with your Mirrorland friends to show off your outfits. Also, this game is so cute! I was happier after seeing a small talking cat who likes eating barbecue. The things I dislike about the game is how quickly the stamina depletes. If you have no stam, you have no life. When you play the game, you're going to see a section called Investigation. It lets you investigate Mirrorland for clothing pieces, but as impatient as I am, I auto-investigate. However, it costs 33 stamina when you have 76 in total. The time to obtain clothing from events is also very short. Sora told you that the newest event in Shining Nikki was 6 days. That's not enough time unless you splurge on gems or pay, in my opinion. I don't like in-app purchases for games, so being pressured to spend on an event is a big no-no for me. Another thing I don't like about the game sometimes is dialogue with certain characters. There's this cryptic character in the game you will see that keeps talking about stars and fate. That's like someone talking about horoscopes, so annoying. I love the other characters though, especially Nikki. This game makes it appear as if we are building a relationship with her and guiding her in her climb up the fashion ladder. I've seen her drop a phone on her face, sleep, watch TV. I'm not a creep. Although this game is unique, this game is sometimes bizarre because you require certain accessories before progressing, like a gun. Why does a stylist need a gun? I don't understand! What I hope to see from this game in the future is longer event times and more stamina. Give me some Mirrorland essence. Overall, I give this game 8 wings out of 10. I definitely recommend this game as it is very, very addicting. Now I shall conclude my review. Thanks for inviting me, my vampiric friend. The humans have heard the words of the wise cherry. The last words I want to say to you all is stam is love, stam is life, and join our guild. I shall fly away now. Whoosh!
Thank you, Cherry, for sharing your very funny review on the game with me. I appreciate you being here, and I'll charge you later for stealing my laugh. Oh ho ho ho! You can find the GlobalCherry on their own YouTube channel. Links to their channel will be provided in the pinned comment below. Overall, I find Shining Nikki to be a lot more than your standard fashion game. The story is deep and has some serious moments where I was blown away by what was happening. If you do play, I highly suggest you don't skip the main story. It really makes things a lot more interesting. Nikki is a wonderful character and I enjoy spending time with her in the game. She can be bright and bubbly or seem sad with things on her mind. I find myself wanting to keep playing, but I'm always running out of stamina, so I have to wait, and I get so impatient. I even started making jokes with Cherry saying no stam, no life, and it feels that way. I'm dying to know what happens next in the story. How is Nikki going to save everyone? And will Momo, the talking cat, get all the barbecue meat he wants? So that's what I think about Shining Nikki. Remember, this is just my first impression. Please do not be offended if my first impression differs from yours. If you feel you had a different experience and would like to share your experience with me, I'd be happy to read them in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please drop a like and subscribe if you did, and also perhaps hit that bell icon if you'd like to stay up to date on all my upcoming content. All my social links are in my description below. I'm mainly active on my Instagram and Twitter, so please follow me there for the latest news regarding my channel. So that's that. Until next time, take care, be safe. This is your lovely vampire Sora Synn signing off.